Hey guys, welcome back to Lions Den Investments and Reviews. My name's Casey. Happy Monday. It is October 12th, and hope you guys had a good weekend. Um, with today's video, I wanted to cover digital currencies, and I know I've been covering quite a bit on those in the previous like 7 or 8 videos. The reason why is because if you don't know by now, we're heading into a new financial system, and whether we like it or not, it's going to be digital. So you might have seen, articles coming up, kind of like the one I'm showing you here, from different countries talking about, from like their central banks, where they're headed as far as going into this new financial system with what they call central banks digital currencies, or CBDCs. So I want to. It's important to cover this and talk about it because a lot of people. It's going to happen fast when the transition takes place. When we go into this mass adoption and mass mainstream new financial system. A lot of people are going to be caught with their pants down. I hate to say it, but to give you a good example, if we just go back to 1971, when Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard and then transitioned us over into the fiat U.S. dollar system, there's a lot of people that lost a lot of money, didn't make the transition. There's also a lot of people who made small fortunes, and this is a little bit different than that because this is a completely new system that we're going into, and it's the first time really in about 100 years or so where you've had an opportunity to make a shift, like we're going into, and basically be presented with one of the best opportunities to transfer your wealth in human history. So that's why I cover this stuff, and that's why I think it's so important to pay attention to it and realize what's going on right now from the central bank's perspectives. With that being said, I found an article here that I found was interesting, and it's on basically, CBDCs being bullish for Bitcoin, which, your central banks being bullish for Bitcoin. This article was written by an economist by the name of Kruger, Alex Kruger. So I'm going to go ahead and just read through this real quick. Um, Basically, the title here is Economist Says CBDCs Bullish for Bitcoin and Crypto as Japan Predicts Possible Surge in Digital Currencies. Um, so, closely followed economist and trader Alex Kruger says that the emergence of central bank digital currencies is bullish for Bitcoin and the broader crypto market. In a new tweet, Kruger highlights a forecast from a research paper written by the Bank of Japan regarding CBDCs. There's a possibility of a surge in public demand for central bank digital currency going forward, he says. According to The Economist, the development of CBDCs is bullish for the crypto industry, as it signifies there will be wallets awash with cash and improved fiat on ramps. And then he goes on to say the growth of central bank digital currencies is not the only possible bullish catalyst in sight. According to Kruger, the crypto influencer is keeping a close eye on the recent Bitcoin purchases of financial service firm Square and business intelligence company MicroStrategy. Now, this isn't anything new, guys. I've been following this since 2017, and there's a lot of banks out there on Wall Street, big institutional banks, who've been saying the same thing, talking about this big influx of corporate cash that will be injected into the blockchain crypto space as a whole, just because of the technology, the underlying asset that was that's been created in several of these projects. So this is nothing new. And it goes on to say a few corporations adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet is both bullish and overrated. The function of a corporate treasury is not to invest. Corporate demand for gold as inflation hedge is minimal, thus the likelihood of a Bitcoin domino effect among corporates is very low. That said, if this were to become a trend, something interesting would happen. Major banks would be forced to have a crypto team on payroll to service corporate clients' hedging needs. This kind of aligns with what people will say about the fact that blockchain is basically a way to store data, from a database perspective. Uh, it it's on a distributed ledger uh, blockchain. So if you're somebody like an accountant, all these transactions are already kept track of. There's no need really for accounting. Um, so it kind of falls in line with this. The likelihood of a Bitcoin domino effect among corporates is very low. And then something interesting would happen. Major banks would be forced to have crypto teams on payroll to service corporate clients. So, of course, if you get rid of some of this accounting and accountants in the old system, you're going to have to hire new people that are familiar with the new blockchain. People who, for instance, might be a little bit more familiar with pulling transactions from a ledger. So I think that's kind of what they're saying here. Um, I'm going to go to another article because this one's interesting too. It says Bank of Japan is to begin digital currency proof of concept in 2021. In a recent document from the Bank of Japan, the central bank stressed the need for offline availability. The Bank for International Settlements (BIS), in collaboration with a group of 7 central banks, published its first joint report into central bank digital currencies on October 9th. Focusing on the foundational principles and the core features of CBDCs. Alongside the report, the Bank of Japan, one of the members of the group, released a document outlining its own specific approach to CBDCs from a Japan-centric perspective. Now, what's cool about this, they're saying you got 7 central banks, right? These 7 central banks, guys, well, I can tell you one is China. Okay, they're already piloting their own central bank digital currency as we speak. Okay, and they've been on this path now for at least a year. Japan's fallen in line. I know Germany was already test piloting a blockchain, and I know you've got a lot of the Western banking system uh, aligning themselves with CBDCs as well, the central bank digital currencies. So it's just, the writing's on the wall here. It's just a matter of time. And it looks like we're getting rather close now because you got Japan who is now saying that they're going to do their proof of concept and pilot testing in a blockchain starting in 2021. Um, and so I'm going to leave a link in the description below here for these 2 articles so you can go through and read those for yourselves. But guys, this is one of the biggest opportunities in the history of mankind that we can be a part of here. And if you're not paying attention to this, you end up getting caught with your pants down. Kind of like folks back when they transitioned out of the gold standard into the new fiat currency system. Um, and this is on an even bigger scale, really. So, because when you're talking about digital currencies, um, there's a lot that goes into that when it comes to global trade. So it'll be interesting to see what countries like ourselves here in the U.S. are going to do, because the U.S. dollar has always been the global reserve currency, and it's always been pegged to either gold or oil or something like that. Um, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with the digital currency and how they back that to give it some form of value. Given that a lot of these blockchain cryptocurrencies that are being used for like a currency use case, they already have an underlying asset in value, which is the programming language itself. So it'll be interesting to see if they back it by anything. I would imagine they'd probably have to at some point just to give it some value outside of that underlying technology. But you know, again, the writing's on the wall. This is just one article. I'll probably see a lot more like this, and I'll shoot videos on them. But get ready, guys, because I feel like we're getting pretty close. I've heard people talk about this new system's going to take place early 2021. Some are predicting middle of summer of 2021. We don't really have a crystal ball for this, so we can't predict exactly the date and the time in which this will happen. But it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's just when. So that's all I have really for today. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm getting really close to hitting 800 subscribers here, so I want to thank my audience and people who are watching my videos and supporting me. Couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you. And with that said, I will be shooting a video here sometime this week, and I will talk to you then. Have a good day.